As heavy, humid clouds from the Atlantic roll across the jagged peaks of the Sintra Mountains. The world below slowly disappears. Everything dissolves into a soft white veil, silent, weightless, unreal. And then, as the sun climbs higher, warm light begins to pierce the mist. The fog retreats. And suddenly, a burst of color emerges, so vivid, so unexpected, that the eyes instinctively narrow in disbelief. This is the Pena National Palace. It resembles nothing we have seen at Versailles, with its disciplined symmetry, nor Vienna, with its restrained imperial dignity. Pena rejects cold order. It defies restraint. Instead, it explodes with joy and color. Bright lemon yellow, deep crimson red, and intense cobalt blue. Perched on the second highest peak of Sintra, it rises like a jeweled crown. A crown jointly placed upon Portugal by nature and humankind. Listen closely. The wind whistles sharply through pointed watchtowers. It is the breath of the ocean itself, carrying salt, moisture, and untamed wildness. This is not a place meant for rule by cold reason. This is a place meant for dreaming with a burning heart. The story of Pena begins not with glory, but with tragedy. In 1755, a catastrophic earthquake devastated Lisbon and destroyed nearly everything in its path. On this mountaintop, the ancient Hieronymite monastery was reduced to ruins. For decades, the site lay abandoned, crumbling stone, creeping moss, forgotten by time. Only a small marble chapel remained standing, suspended between earth and sky. Then, in 1838, destiny arrived in the form of a young, romantic German prince, Ferdinand II. He married Queen Maria II of Portugal and became king consort. Yet Ferdinand's soul belonged neither to politics nor to rigid court rituals. He was an artist, a gifted musician, and above all, a visionary dreamer. When Ferdinand first stood before the ruins on this mountain, he did not see destruction. Through the eyes of a man in love with art, he saw a grand operatic stage set within nature itself. He purchased the entire mountain with his own funds and resolved to build a summer palace for the royal family. But Ferdinand did not want a conventional classical palace. He wanted something that mirrored the beautiful chaos of 19th-century Romanticism. A fusion of styles. A rebellion against rules. He blended Gothic mystery, Renaissance elegance, Portugal's ornate Manueline tradition, and the sensual spirit of Moorish Islamic architecture. Pena became one of Europe's first and boldest architectural manifestos of Romanticism, carved entirely in stone. Pass now through the Alhambra Gate, with its Islamic arches, and enter Ferdinand's world. Notice the deliberate division of color. The deep red sections mark the newly constructed palace wings, spaces for royal banquets and daily life. The radiant yellow section, crowned with a tall clock tower, belongs to the restored monastery, once home to monks living in silence and prayer. But the most striking image, and perhaps the most haunting, is the Triton Gate. Look up above the main arch. A colossal sea creature, half man, half fish, sits upon a massive shell. Its face is fierce. Its hair transforms into coral and tangled seaweed. This figure symbolizes the violent union of land and sea, of human reason and uncontrollable nature. Ferdinand intended this as a warning. By entering Pena, you step into a realm where ordinary rules no longer apply. Inside, royal luxury and monastic simplicity merge in unexpected harmony. The royal dining room, with its Manueline vaulted ceiling, hosted candlelit dinners reflecting off fine porcelain and polished silver. Yet beside it lies a small, tranquil cloister, covered in multicolored azulejo tiles. This was where the king liked to walk alone, seeking inner peace. This powerful contrast is the soul of Pena. But Pena is not only stone and towers. Surrounding it is an extraordinary park spanning more than 200 hectares, a green masterpiece equal to the palace itself. Ferdinand was passionately devoted to nature. He ordered the import of thousands of exotic plants from across the globe. Giant ferns from New Zealand, towering sequoias from North America, fragrant eucalyptus from Australia. He transformed a barren mountain into a lush, mystical forest at the heart of Europe. Walk the winding paths of Pena Park, where mist frequently drifts through the trees. Sunlight filters through dense foliage, creating dancing beams upon moss-covered ground. Here, Ferdinand often sat for hours with his easel, painting the palace from every angle, gazing upon it like a proud father admiring his most beloved child. Yet behind the brilliance lies quiet human sorrow. After Queen Maria's death, Ferdinand made a shocking decision. He married his longtime companion, an American opera singer, later known as Countess Edla. Lisbon's aristocracy shunned them. Court gossip followed relentlessly. But on this mountaintop, they found genuine happiness. Deep within the forest stands the chalet of the Countess of Edla, built in a rustic alpine style. It was their refuge, a place free from judgment, where only love and nature remained. Time, however, spares no one. In 1910, the Portuguese monarchy fell after revolution. The last queen, Amelia, spent her final night at Pena in tears before fleeing into exile in Brazil. Imagine her gaze, fixed one last time upon the yellow and red towers dissolving into the mist at sunset. A farewell not only to a palace, but to a homeland. From that night onward, Pena became national property, a palace for the world. Today, when you stand upon the Queen's Terrace, overlooking the vast Atlantic and distant Lisbon, you may feel a uniquely Portuguese emotion known as saudades. A deep, bittersweet longing. A tender ache for lost grandeur, vanished dreams, and moments that will never return. Mountain winds still howl. Clouds still drift past vibrant towers. Pena Palace remains radiant, defiant, timeless. A reminder to us all. Never be afraid to dream. No matter how mad those dreams may appear to others. For it is dreams, not cold calculation, that leave lasting marks upon history. While practical ambitions fade like mist. Thank you for climbing the mountains of Sintra with me today. To touch the dream of King Ferdinand. I hope the colors of Pena have illuminated your spirit and offered you moments of calm. If you love these emotional journeys into timeless beauty, do not forget to subscribe so we may continue together. Farewell, Sintra. Farewell, castle in the clouds. Until we meet again. In the open pages of history.